So it looks like we're getting a new interview soon, but it's gonna be with DJ Academics on Young Miami on her Caresha Please podcast. So if you guys don't already know, Young Miami is beefing with Joe Budden and DJ Academics. Now, this beef kind of goes a little back. And the reasonings behind the beef, I'm not sure. I think it stems from Joe Budden and DJ Academics' opinions on the way Young Miami carries herself or what she's even just being like around Diddy and like the affiliation. I just think they really don't like how she carries herself and what she gives off to the media or social media. So let's go ahead and get into it. DJ Academics utilized his stream to comment on the Joe Budden podcast, and he makes a comment saying that he wants to give Young Miami an olive branch, meaning that he wants to heal whatever is going on between all three of them. So DJ Academics made a proposal that Carisha should sit with either Joe Budden or Academics to talk about what exactly is the situation, to talk about her music, and to also, I'm assuming, to talk about the Diddy situation. Now, I have the clip right here from DJ Academics stream. Let me go ahead and show you guys.
We're just at the point of diminishing returns. There's nothing you could say about Carisha and her music career that will have any impact beyond what's already said, mostly by me, even by Joe and a few others. So um, we could either talk to her and hope those conversations will continue to some positive movements or progression, or we could just keep ridiculing her. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it is at the point that just musically, and by the way, I don't think she's necessarily a victim because she pops her shit, but when it comes to like music, like there's nothing really she could say back. And now it just kind of feels like we're just kind of dunking on her. When in reality, I think we just want her to understand, right? That's it. So I actually encourage her to sit with someone and, you know, so we're talking like this. And you know,
All right.
we're just at the point of the
Yeah, so DJ Academics recommends that Young Miami sits with either him or Joe Budden to discuss exactly what is going on. And of course, this really became a deeper situation when Joe Budden came on the podcast to fire back at Young Miami for laughing at his gold plaque for Pump It Up. I don't know if you guys saw that story, but she did laugh. She put laughing emojis, and Joe Budden hinted that he was going to go in on her on his podcast. And he did that. He did it in a very light and classy kind of way, but he did make some a crazy statement. And his statement about Young Miami was that she is the worst female rapper currently. And of course, DJ Academics went live that night on his Twitch stream and talked about Joe Budden and his comments. So, in my opinion, at that point right there, I was like, okay, like I get y'all getting your thoughts off, but it's starting to look a little bit like bullying, being that these two do kind of just drag Young Miami or Carisha's name. And on the other hand, I do understand being that it is she has shown herself she calls herself a whore on Jason Lee's podcast. It's a City Girls music, and when you put all these things together, I can kind of see why it will make men a little bit angry, especially men like Joe Budden and DJ Academics. But dragging her to where the world could see, and being that y'all are two of the most powerful men in media, I'm not gonna lie, it does kind of look like bullying. But like I said, DJ Academics offered her an olive branch and said that maybe Young Miami should sit with Joe Budden or DJ Academics to talk about this. Now on Twitter today, just 2 days after DJ Academics said that, Young Miami tweeted 2 hours ago saying, "Let's do Caresha Please Season 2, Academics. I would love to sit down from my point of view. Everyone's point of view is important." DJ Academics says, "I'm down." And then she says, "A." So I'm guessing that this is actually going to go down. And actually, I really hope it does. So, my thoughts on if this episode does happen, I would like to see them get to the root of the issue. And I do feel that they need DJ Academics need to discuss what his actual problem is with Young Miami and where did it begin. If y'all knew where it began, go ahead, let's put a comment down below. But from my opinion, it just kind of looks like Academics gets very much wrapped up in the story, and it kind of becomes personal. I think DJ Academics looks at Young Miami as an example of women today, using men for money, doing whorish things, another thing is Academics is being it's starting to be labeled as somebody that's not really for the women, and that's not a good thing in my opinion, especially being that he was rated number 1 in Complex's media list. And being a top media person, you can't really be biased for real. And he's already painted this narrative. Maybe it was unintentional, or maybe it was. But painted this narrative that he wasn't really for the girls, wasn't really for the women. And that sucks. Especially me being a fan of him. It's like I really hope that's not true. But DJ Academics did admit that it is kind of coming off like they're, going on her. I think he used the word, what did he use? But basically just going in on Young Miami and everything else. So it's not looking too good. But I would like to see them have a genuine conversation about what the issue is. I would love to see DJ Academics ask her questions that we've been wanting to ask her. Like, do you consider yourself a whore, or do you don't? Like, what do you consider yourself as? Like, because you've made this narrative that this is who you are, and that's what you've given us through media, and every time you've sat down and had interviews and had conversations. So is this really who you are? Like, or do you like maybe it's gonna give Carisha like a chance to maybe clean things up a little bit. I also want her to ask Academics, like, are you against women? Do you hate women? Because if that's the case, let us know so we can go ahead and start watching your platform. I would also like to see Academics answer the other questions that we wanted to get out of her. Y'all know when Carisha Please did that last podcast with Saucy Santana, it wasn't fair being that Saucy Santana is her best friend, and it did kind of come off like the questions were rehearsed. So it wasn't really real, it wasn't really authentic. And she kind of gave us in the commercial that she was gonna, kind of be real with us. And that's what we loved Young Miami for, was that she was always being real with us. So that last episode was not it. So I really hope Academics answer the questions like, how do you feel about Cassie and seeing that video? Like, how do you actually feel? Um, did you take part in anything regarding Diddy that you want to like take accountability for? Do you want to take accountability for anything? Because in my opinion, y'all, especially when she said the part that everything that's in the media, she's never seen that side of Diddy. I don't believe that she did not see that side. She said she met him in his love era, things were innocent, and then she was just trying to, you know, learn the game, how to be a billionaire. I don't buy it. So, does she want to take accountability for anything, and how does she actually feel about Diddy today? So, I'm looking forward to this conversation. I really hope it happens. Let me know in the comment section what you guys would like to hear on this episode that is potentially brewing right now. What questions do you hope Academics ask her? And do you even think she's going to be real? So leave a comment down below on this topic. And once again, guys, it was Tracy VA Media. I'll see you guys later.